Every year we deal with weed control issues, so it's important to make sure that you have a plan and you have a second plan to make sure that you can get those weeds controlled, not only to stop their competition in the crops that you're trying to grow and harvest, but also to lower the weed seed bank from years to come and make sure that we conserve the pesticides that we have because we don't have a lot of new ones coming onto the market. So we want to make sure that we have plan A, B, C, and D because in years like 2024, that's what we've needed. You need to make sure that you get all of your weed control done before the reproductive stages start for several reasons. One, a lot of your herbicides are off-label and actually can cause crop damage if sprayed late enough. We also don't want to be disrupting our soybeans during the reproductive stages because that's when they are pollinating and setting pods and forming seeds, which is what we obviously want to harvest, and we want to harvest as many of those seeds as we can so that we can maximize our profit. And at that point too, we just don't want to do anything that might stress out our plants. And when we add in things like surfactants, especially on hot days, it can actually burn the soybean leaves, and we don't want to cause them any stress while they're filling their seeds or during those reproductive stages. So I want to talk a couple minutes about volunteer corn and how it's important to make sure that we get that controlled in our soybeans and get it controlled early. First of all, any plants out there that we're not trying to grow and harvest are going to compete with the plants that we are trying to grow and harvest. So volunteer corn at a thicker density can actually have a major impact in yield loss if there's enough of it per acre. So two, we want to make sure that we control that volunteer corn early and not wait to the latest pass because volunteer corn that is 6 to 12 inches tall is a lot easier to control than corn that is 12 to 24 inches tall. So the taller it is, the more herbicide it takes, the higher the cost, and also you've left it that much longer to compete with your crop. And you can not only lose from adding extra product, but you can also lose yield due to competition. And also, when we have volunteer corn, we know that our corn hybrids are the strongest that we have as far as resistance, but the seeds from those hybrids, which we normally do not collect because they are hybrids and don't have as much vigor, are going to be expressing a lower amount of that trait. So not only are we putting a place for them to feed and giving them a source to overwinter, we're also giving them a lower dose of the toxic trait, and that can help them overcome those traits even faster. So it's a good idea both on weed competition side, but also insect control to make sure that you control that volunteer corn in your soybeans early. And that honestly may start in the year that it's corn. Make sure that your harvest plates and your combine is set up correctly so that you capture as much of those corn seeds as you can so that they aren't an issue as volunteers in your soybeans the next year. If you're looking for unbiased information on soybeans, corn, or any crop production practices, make sure you check out illisoyadvisor.com, which has pertinent information from the Illinois Soybean Association agronomy team and also the Illinois Soy Envoys out in the field each year.